You know that you wanted to go talk to that tall blonde who you know that won a beauty pageant because somebody told you, and you didn't go because you said, she's probably too good for me. You know the reality, bro. So this is a very honest channel, and we want to keep it that way. And this with a lot of love, because guys are kind of slacking off in today's day and age, but there's a lot of other guys that are like locked in, red pill, whatever. It's like two sides. We're trying to merge the sides together and just like create a little bit of a better reality.
At the end of the year, looking back and just taking a brief stock of how everything went, what could go better for next year, what things to keep, and who was around you, most importantly, and what improvements you made are some things that you should keep in mind. And well, that's what we try to do here. And I want to take this opportunity as an excuse, if you will, to kind of look back along with Costa, which we haven't actually scripted anything. We're just free-flowing the video right now. And we are on the island where he's from, the island of Kos. It's the 30th of January. No, it's not. It's the 30th of December 2024. And we're just gonna we're gonna look back and see everything that's happened in the year briefly. Okay, so hope you're doing good. If you haven't done this for your year or for any other year in the past, it might not be an easy process, but you should definitely try it out once, okay? So we're just gonna use this as an excuse or like an opportunity, as I said, for you to actually be inspired maybe to check out your own kind of endeavors when it comes to these things, okay? So, Costa, welcome back.
Thanks for having me again.
Again? At this point, I should just do interviews with Costa. Like I don't need a channel for everything else. We just do Costa. Like just Costa, a whole section with Costa, right? Just do that, okay? So, I mean, how's the year been for you, bro?
In total, I think it was a very good year for me. Like basically from the start of 2024, I was like really serious about myself, and I started cutting people off. I started focusing more on myself, on the activities I want, on the hobbies, like everything that's about me and my personal development.
Okay. So before that, what did you have, and why did you choose 24 to do that?
It wasn't that I changed much, but the thing that was like that had the most dramatic change is after I cut some people of my life, and I started like by being more of myself and being with the right people besides me, made me like not focus on what people are going to say to me.
Okay.
And that changed a lot because I was so biased of what people were saying to me in the past, where now that changed. Mm-hmm. And being with the right people besides you changes your whole mentality, the way you like go out, your confidence, everything.
Okay, so maybe in the past you kept some people around for other reasons then, huh?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
That weren't that helpful.
Sometimes you think they're helpful in your mentality, the way you are in the moment, but looking things in the past, they're not. Mm. It's a false perception.
Okay, I agree. And I mean, look, I think we kind of aligned with that without even noticing, because this was the year that I decided to cut people out as well. And I started realizing that me giving access to specific people that have actually earned that access is like a gift, but it's also like something you have to be careful with. Like you can't just be like, oh, this guy did this one thing, he can't be around me anymore. It's not like that, but it's kind of like a radio dial where it's like a spectrum where you showcase accessibility to people and you give them opportunities to come to things, right? And then the more they showcase that they're not aligned, that they don't understand, that they don't get the vibe, you start reducing that accessibility, not because you're trying to be bad or something, but you're giving less of that gift. So for anybody who's wondering, oh, how do I cut people off, or how do I do this whole thing, or, you know, I have some friends that are kind of useful and all these things. Look, man, we're not saying you should be, you know, guns ready to shoot people off, right, out of your life. Although I did go through a phase where I was like on Instagram, I would DM people, guys, girls, whatever, and I was like, if they don't respond or if they're not really down to hang out, whatever, I was just ready to unfollow. Like my finger was like this, right on top of the button.
That's because in the past, I didn't really cut people off per se. I didn't really get the whole notion of select the people you want around you. It was more of, oh, okay, well, if he's around me, then he should be. It's fine. I don't have to deal with it. But you can't allow your exposure to be in that sort of spot. Like you have to be able to limit the exposure of yourself without being mean and with understanding.
I think I passed you down this mentality where I started cutting off people more and more. And you were looking at me and the way I acted, and you were like, maybe I should do the same. I don't know.
When was this?
I think from the beginning of the year.
So
And especially at around March, where I really removed many people from my life and I started like socializing more, getting out, getting to know more people. They have more access into things, more access into, let's say, restaurants or high-end places. And I can get access through them or with them. And I think that's when you actually saw that by doing that, it's way more, it's actually better than like staying with the wrong people. That's why I think that was the period you started cutting more people off.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
If you remember it that way, I'm not going to deny it. And we influence each other. Like your friends influence each other all the time. So if it's in a good way, keep them around, right? They push you in a good way. They motivate you in a good way to keep going. But I was also ready to receive that, even if it was from you or from myself or from anybody else, because you also have to be ready for the lesson, right? Me being able to cut people off, or I don't like using that term, so to say. I'd say reduce the allowed exposure to my lifestyle, right? Doing that is something that I've been thinking of doing for a long time, but I wasn't doing it. So now I think, okay, hold on. This person invited me somewhere, and the place they invited me to go was mediocre. It was average. I appreciate the invite. Okay, cool. When they invited me again, it wasn't a place where I wanted to be. Okay, so that doesn't mean I hate the guy. I just choose not to give my focus and my energy there. If it's a guy who wants to come to my events, whether that just be a coffee with Costa and hang out and work together, because we do work sessions, right? We just go out and we work together, or it's a socializing night out, or it's a social circle event with girls, whatever.
If I choose one of those things, the concept is that if you know how to fit the description of the vibe and you know how to behave in that environment, you're welcome to join if you're going to enhance the vibe. If not,
If they qualify.
if they qualify, yeah, and if they don't, then the exposure starts to get more limited. And I want to be somebody selected by other people. That's what I realized. I want people to choose me, because why would I be with people who don't choose me? What does that say about them and me? Like, what if I'm around people who hang out with everybody? What does that say about me? What does it say about how they selected me? Like, oh, it's just Alex, bring him. What? Why? Why can't it be like, this guy is super cool, I want to hang out with him, and that's how I feel about them? Because the more you put yourself in that position, I feel like that's how it works in reverse. So if I, for example, say, oh, we got to definitely bring Costa for this and this and this, then Costa will get the feeling that out of 5, 6, 10 guys that I wanted to bring, I chose him and 2 more. It wasn't just a random thing where it's like, bring this guy, whatever. I actually net-picked this guy out because I feel like he fits the description, and that makes it more special, and you can go in a deeper relationship with somebody. So cutting people out or limiting the exposure per se, this year has been a very nice gift, and I'm very grateful for it. I have this concept that life will give you what you have to gain, but you also have to be ready for it at the same time. So yeah, limiting exposure, man. I mean, there's a bunch of people for a bunch of different things, and they're not all the same. Like, you get different levels of me. You don't get different sides of me. You get less of me or more of me the more I allow you to be around me. And that's what you should be doing as well, whoever is going to watch this, right? It's not that you should be fake or you should be, limited to your expression. You should always be authentic and be 100% yourself. But it's like your house, right? You let people come into the living room, and then some people you show also the bathroom, the bedroom, the master bedroom, the rooftop, the jacuzzi that's in the back room, right? Some people get access to more things because they fit with you and they can get the vibe. And I don't think a lot of people get that concept. I think they think it's very superstitious or very epifaniacal, very surface level thinking, but it's not. It's actually a really good way to create deeper connections with people, I'd say.
Yeah, I believe also that by saying cutting people off, I wasn't like referring to what it's actually went with the phrase. I mean, what you said was perfectly described, where you like reduce the amount of the way you address to them.
Exposure, yeah.
To expose to them. Because I was actually feeling this year, because I was way more social, like I was meeting way more people, getting access into many new events and all that. I started to understand more of how my energy was drained from different people.
Okay.
And there was a phase of that I went through. I didn't want to go outside, like
Summer, right? Before summer?
I think it was after March, March, June.
March to June.
Where I wanted to stay locked in, do my own thing, go into dating and whatever. So I was selecting people of which I will like spend my energy on. And it was a really, really narrow spectrum of people.
Okay. I mean, look, we also discussed with you, and for whoever's watching this, you should also keep this in mind. We also discussed with you that it's also a little bit how you perceived some things, right? Like, of course, there were energy drainers, obviously 100%. So many people don't know how to be well with their own emotions, so they actually start draining yours to gain from you without even noticing, right? I already thought of like one person that does that in my life. Well, he's more limited access now, but you know, in the past he wasn't. And good kid, right? But you know, a little bit more limited now. But it's also the way you perceived it, because I remember you going out and you were telling me like, oh, I just feel like socializing is just so draining for me right now. And it's maybe because you wanted to look within you to figure some stuff out. And then that caused you, the more you interacted with people, not to be able to see who's cool and who's not. And you just felt like anything I do externally is like a drain. And I think we said that that's also like kind of like an expectation you built on that, because I mean, if a cool person is there, but also an energy drainer is there, and you can't tell, and you're talking to both, you're feeling like, oh shit, my energy's like leaving my body. Oh, it's going, where's it going? When in reality, you're gaining. Like, if you're sitting at home and you're crushing it 6, 8, 10 hours of hardcore work, even less hours, but especially those hours, and you want to go out, it's super hard for you to switch gears and go out and socialize, but you're gonna benefit so much from that, especially as a guy, because your emotions are gonna change, you're gonna get creative, you're gonna get flirtatious, you're gonna get adventurous, you're gonna get into new experiences, you're gonna reduce your ego. In Greek, we say "tatsalakothes," which means you're not gonna be, you know, your little box. Oh, I'm such a cool guy, you know, yeah, I worked today, I'm gonna watch a movie. Yeah, instead of watching a movie, you can go to a bar with your friend, socialize with the whole venue, meet the bartender, meet the guy at the door, meet the waitress, etc. And then that emotion and that whole creative 2-hour, 3-hour time slot that you created will help you the next days to do even better work, whether you're a creator or if you're just somebody who does something super boring. If you're a creative and you want to get some good emotions, that's even better because you can come up with good ideas. And if you're somebody who does a boring job for you, if you're doing a boring job, you don't like it, change it, you can always change it. That's still gonna give you a motivation to keep going through the days. So it's always a win-win scenario. It's just that we're very bored to go out of our house. So to go back to the main topic, yeah, of course, 100%, you should focus on what you gain when you go out, but also, it's also your perspective, right? Because I'm an extrovert. Like, yeah. I go out, I gain energy. I lose no energy at all, almost, except for like, if I start seeing I'm losing energy, it's a very good ping of who I'm talking to at that moment, or in general in the night. Because for me to lose energy when I talk to somebody means I'm not okay within me, like my own emotions, or this person is actually just trying to take something from me. So I'm very, very alert for that right now. I'm very aware.
And we have a really different perspective of socializing.
Okay.
For example, yeah, you're an extremely extrovert. Like you have a lot of energy talking to people.
I gain it and I give it back.
Yeah, somehow. Okay. I was from like when I remember myself, I was somehow introvert, but I was extrovert. I was like pressing myself to be extrovert.
Okay.
Even though I have the, some characteristics of an introvert.
Okay, that's not bad.
I think you all can already tell because you know me better.
Yeah, of course.
And so when I started socializing, being an extrovert more, like having high energy, talking to people, that was like really weird for me.
Weird?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what you can actually like change, and I change it, is like, because I'm better with myself now, is when I'm going out and trying to socialize, I'm not like trying to be extrovert and like super energy, I don't know. I'm just being myself. I'm grounded. I'm like talking to people normally with no high energy. And I'm giving way less
Okay.
than I was supposed to before.
Right, but keep in mind that there are some times where we'd go out and then we'd take the risk of talking to somebody and then we'd feel awesome with it, but then other times we'd be kind of lazy with it. So it depends on how you feel within you. Like if you feel, I don't really want to do this right now, then of course you got to shake it up a little bit and go.
No, I feel the feeling I have is that I don't want to, I'm being myself. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. So I will not try to force someone, or let's say
Something.
in a wider spectrum, I won't force any form of connection than just starting it.
Okay, so you will start it, but you won't force it.
Yeah, I will talk. I will try having a genuine connection, an authentic one. But if I'm giving the full energy of my, like, let's say, they always say the first start of a convoy, it's 80% on you and 20% of the others.
Yeah.
I think you know it.
Yeah.
I will give the starting connection, which is, let's say, the 100% for 5 minutes. And later on, I will reduce that amount to almost, let's say 30 to 40 to see if the other person will...
Reciprocates.
Yeah, reciprocates. And after that, I will bring it back to, let's say, 50-50. So it's a mutual thing.
Mutual.
If it's not, I'm just gonna leave. I will, or maybe stay like near the area. I'm social anyways, so it's not my problem. He's let's say, not problematic one.
But he's missing out.
Yeah, he's missing out.
I'd agree.
I don't have to prove it.
Oh well, it's okay. I think it's fine. We're at the house of the content creator / videographer, which we're very grateful that he's allowed us. Kyrie Costa, thank you for that. And Costa just left his mark on the nice decor for Christmas.
It's a smell.
Yeah, it's just, it'll wash off. So what I was saying is, I agree to that. It's just that keep in mind that the guys that are gonna watch this are not even close to that level. Like they don't get what you're talking about. You saying that you're an introvert, I don't really wanna be extroverted, whatever, they don't get how you mean it, right? You know that?
Because I think if they don't watch the other video, I'm also like into social media.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's really involved in social media. Yeah, you have to watch the previous video. You kind of get the gist of who Costa is, and you're gonna be able to understand what's going on with the whole social media thing. We might actually post it after this one, but you're gonna be able to see it. We're gonna showcase it for you. Don't worry, we're gonna keep you involved.
So the progress I've got is like completely different, and my mentality is different. So I don't expect everyone to understand my way of thinking, or I don't want you to like feel comfort with my words and not taking action to start passing through some stages of your life, to understand more of yourself, to understand the social dynamics, to understand like how people actually work, how relationships work, and everything like that. I don't want you to feel comfort. I want you to go through all these stages. That's why you'll, and maybe that's when you feel improved and that you actually have done something.
Exactly. So also a lot of people, science says that they're not extroverts and they're not introverts. They're actually in the middle, where it's called amnivert or something like that, which means Costa could be the exact same example. The difference between an extrovert and an introvert is that the extrovert gains energy from the social environments and the introvert gains energy from themselves within their own company, okay? If somebody, however, feels that when they go out, they are drained all the time, which is something that what we just said with Costa, and I've also seen him have this happen, means that they have to check something within themselves, right? And why they believe that everybody's trying to drain their energy. So it's kind of like a positioning of yourself, having a talk with yourself or your friends to figure out what it is that gets in your way. Because, I mean, bro, humans are here to connect, and what we've done for thousands of years, and the reason why we've been here is because we were able to connect. We've avoided a lot more wars than what has happened. We've gone through famine and ice ages and all this nonsense that came through the universe and through the earth for us to be at the point that we're at. So for us to go out and say, nah, I will go talk to her because she seems like a diva. Nah, I'm good, bro. When in reality, she could be the coolest girl in the room, and you want to go talk to her, but you limit your own possibility and your own wish to go talk to her because you create the excuse that she's a diva is just an excuse for you to go to bed easily on your pillow and say, it's okay, I didn't talk to her because I didn't really want to. I didn't really want to go talk to her. I just thought I did. Or yeah, it's better that I didn't go say hi because she was a diva. So I saved so much time from wasting going to talk to a diva. Yeah, I saved 7 minutes of my precious little energy, and my life is so much better because I didn't go say hi to somebody I actually wanted to go say hi. This is how you're gonna know, okay? I'm gonna give you the blueprint. You know if it's a limiting belief or a fear, or you actually want to go talk to somebody, if the first initial response is I want to go say hi. If I see somebody that's interesting, a guy or a girl, like in a romantic endeavor for a girl or a friendly endeavor for a guy, and I'm like, oh, she seems cute. I'd like to see if she's as cool as she seems, right? And all I saw was the outfit. I was like, damn, that outfit looks nice, right? That means my first initial response would be, I want to go say hi. But I limit myself because the societal and the psychological levels don't allow me to push through. Biologically, I want to go say hi, 100%. But then I start thinking, Ash is on the phone, Ash is taking stories, Ash is with her friends. Let me not go. So the first response, you already know what the reality is. And when you go to bed at night, whether you admit it to yourself or not, you know what the truth is, my bro. You know if the truth is the bartender is cool. I wanted to high-five him because the shots he made were amazing, and I didn't tell him because I was shy. You know that you wanted to go talk to that tall blonde who you know that won a beauty pageant because somebody told you, and you didn't go because you said, she's probably too good for me. You know the reality, bro. So this is a very honest channel. I want to keep it that way. And this is with a lot of love, because guys are kind of slacking off in today's day and age, but there's a lot of other guys that are like locked in, red pill, whatever. It's like two sides. We're trying to merge the sides together and just like create a little bit of a better reality, okay? So
I would also like to bring a different perspective on what we're saying.
Sure.
I don't want to focus only to people that might be beginners on socializing, especially in content creating, whatever. I also want to focus to people that they already are in this spectrum.
Okay.
That they already focus on themselves, they're doing socializing, maybe they're content creators, maybe they're doing something with their lives, let's say. Regarding what you said right now of labeling people, I would say that I was also doing that in the past.
Yeah,
I was really judging people. And that filter of judging people through me came after a lot of progress that I was just seeing characteristics, let's say, on a woman. Maybe, let's say, the diva we talked earlier. I mean, you see some characteristics. She might be, okay, but she might not be. So if you're in this field for like, I don't know, some years of socializing and being all that, you will see if she is a diva or not by focusing more on some movements of hers and her behavior, yeah. And now, after all the stages I've been through, I can really understand if that's a person I want to have in my life for some reason, in that specific moment, or not. So when I see a girl that she might look like a diva, I can see from her energy and her way of behavior, let's say, that she's not actually that girl. It's her circle being surrounded at the time. So you have to identify these patterns later on. You have to start from somewhere, and after that, you will be able to recognize these patterns.
Through effort and through trying it, you have to do what we've done or other people have done that you can do through thousands and thousands of human interactions to be able to conclude that this person probably fits a description of somebody who I don't want in my life. Not diva, not something like that, but like she's full of the attention of other people. Like you can see that. You can see a girl when a guy goes up and talks to her for some reason, which rarely happens by the way, but goes up and talks to her for any reason. You can see how she behaves or how she behaves on the story versus when she's talking to her friend, or her face, or her expressions, or how she is when you go up and you talk to her yourself. Like, for example, a very simple way would be you're passing by the group and you just say something to her over your shoulder, like, oh, I didn't expect you to be here, like whatever, blah, blah, blah. I can't come up with something now, but you could be like, oh, yeah, you seem like such a party pooper, or like, you seem like such a party destroyer, or some shit. You say that to her, and if she's like, if she just looks at you like, what? Then she's either confused, has a headache, or doesn't have the mental capacity to comprehend what you're talking about. So if it's the third one, just leave. Like, what the fuck? Like, if you can't get that vibe, if she doesn't laugh, she's not like, oh, why'd you say that? She's no reaction, just like maybe disregard her and go to the other tens of girls that are in the venue, right? Like, it's not just one person in the venue. Just focus on the right people. But you have to do that through trial and error. You're not going to be able to understand with just a few hundred interactions, right?
And the other set we have to mention is like the testing.
Testing. How do you want to position that?
I want to position it in a way where testing actually in the last half a year.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. You testing, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you testing them.
At the beginning, girls were testing me like, the classic things. But
it's a good thing, by the way.
Yeah, it's a good thing. But the last year, I've been testing them, and that's fucking up their brain.
Yeah, is it?
That's fucking up their brain, and they're trying to say bullshit to me. They're trying to bullshit me more. You've read some chats.
Yeah.
You've been through some of the conversations.
Sure, of course.
When we were outside.
They get deeper, They go deeper in the rabbit hole. You're like, yeah, but why do you do that? I'm like, I just think that the right thing to do in these situations is to. It's like, don't do that shit. Just don't.
But girls don't never get tested, man. It's good to test people. And if a girl's testing you, it's actually a good thing because it is a form of communication that she likes what she sees. It doesn't mean that you're the guy. It means that you're one of the guys that has made it to the second phase where she's actually not disregarding everything you're saying, or she's not, not writing you off. Not that girls should write you off, nor that they should, give you all their attention. Because if you're giving all your attention immediately, who does she actually give her attention to? So you being tested is like, is this guy really the guy I think he is so far? It's a good thing. They do it subconsciously. It's a biological instinct. It's like a psychological instinct as well. You testing girls as well. I used to do it without being that guy, and I'm doing it now.
You're welcome.
Right. Oh, my whole reality is Costa. Like, I never figured any of this out myself. Thanks. So what I'm saying is, in the past, I would be like, yeah, but why should I invite you to the party? Say we're doing a social circle event, right? Mm-hmm. I would want to invite her and have no criteria to not invite her. And I'd want her to come, but I just throw that to her. And the vibe wasn't getting passed on because I didn't believe in, you're not coming if you're not a good vibe. The vibe part, okay, we've had very much Thank God, a lot of selection when it comes to that. We don't kill the vibe for anybody. If anybody's weird, they don't show up to the party. Stop bringing weird fucking people to the parties. Please do. When you pull up to a party, if you cannot go with at least 2 women, don't go, okay? I'm telling you right off the bat. You either show up with 1 or 2 bottles and 1 more guy friend, and you bring alcohol for that, or you don't show up to the fucking event. You stop bringing guys and fucking dicks everywhere and then expecting to have women there and then standing and looking at them and not bringing value. Subjective society of value. We've made a video about that. Go check it out. Society understands value in a very specific way. It's either women, it's either money, it's either accessibility, it's either vibes, it's either in general. You can go check out that video. I can't remember everything right now, but it's a specific way it moves. You pulling up to a party, bringing your 3 homies doesn't help anybody, bro. You paid €7 each for a fucking bottle that you're gonna drink, and guys get that. Bring something different. Be different. So to bring back the point home. We don't bring people who bring a bad vibe to the table or who don't offer something. If a girl is not being tested, it means that she's not going through the proper filters, which means that you don't have those filters in place, which means you have to work on yourself to figure those things out. Why would you have somebody who's being annoying? Why would I introduce a girl to Costa who doesn't deserve to meet him? Who gets access to this guy? Why would they get access to him just because he exists? Yes, of course I can introduce them, but then it's up to them to figure out the vibe. And I value him, and I wouldn't want to waste his time or the other person's time, but the other person's time will not be wasted because I know this guy, so why would I introduce him to people who are not fitting the description? The same thing goes reverse. Start putting in those filters, start understanding that you have something that is valuable. And the only way for you to put those filters in place is for you to understand that you have to put them in place because you're wasting other people's time because they're valuable. I'm valuable. Other people are valuable. It's not like we're gods, but we start understanding we have some strengths. If you have strengths, you have to protect them. We're not saying limit them. It's very, very Scrooge and stingy to limit your energy and keep it closed off. Give it. Gifts are to be given, and energy is to be given, or else your palm is closed and the energy is not flowing. You want to be social, you want to be outgoing, you want to be, even if you're not extroverted, you can be outgoing without being extroverted. You want these things to flow, cash. You want to pay for things, you want to get paid back. You're never going to get receiving cash back if you don't pay for anything. So you want this energy to flow. Do it. But that's how it's going to work. You have to give first to receive, since it's the holidays as well.
Let's clarify that what we're saying right now, it's not being like having ego, okay?
Yeah, we don't want
because this might be mispresented like having ego. We're not talking about that. By qualifying people, if they're fit or not somewhere, and setting boundaries, it's not about having your ego really high. It's about being with the right people in the right places with the right vibe, and just admit the fact that not everyone fits with everybody. Start qualifying people that you want in your life.
And you have to take a step back from that and see what you bring to the table first. Because I could say, oh, I only want to keep around the people who introduce me to girls, who do content with me, and who are about self-development. If I don't do that for them, I can't inspire them to do that for me. So it's not fair for me to ask what I don't give. First, I give and I initiate and I set the tempo for my life, and then I attract the people that are on the same wavelength. It's unfair and it's fake, or it's not aligned at the worst case scenario to not do things and to expect other people to do them when we don't. I can't be around, saying to people, oh, you should be healthy, you should be jacked, you should be super fit, and I'm eating chips on the couch. That's misalignment. That's not reality. I'm not real in that sense. So it all starts with you. What do you bring to the table? Take this opportunity. Watch this video. Take a pause. Just pause the video right now and just think of 3 things that you're good at. If you feel like you're not good at anything, my bro, take a breath. The reason why you're on this planet is because you have something to offer, okay? Especially if you're watching this video and you've gotten this far, thank you. You have something to offer. It has to be 3 things. It can't be 1, it could also be 10, but start with 3. If it's not even 3 things, you have to check your self-confidence, because it's also like you're denying all the people that are around you the fact that you're actually worthy. Like for Costa, for example, if I didn't feel good enough, okay, which we all have this to work on, okay, even today, but if I felt super, super trash, and I couldn't think of 3 things, and I was like, oh, I don't know why I'm worth, oh, whatever, I have to do things to be worthy, and all these things, that it's like an offense to Costa, because Costa has chosen me to be his friend, and it's like me saying, oh, so Costa wants bad friends in his life? Oh, that's not really nice. Why am I treating myself as if I'm not somebody worthy? So figure out your strengths. Ask the people around you, hey bro, what do you think I'm good at? Ask 5 different people who are not hanging out between each other, and then they're going to give you some common ground, and you're going to figure it out. I'm empathetic, ambitious, and a cold-blooded killer when it comes to sales. Cool, amazing. Costa is super good at content. He's super, we call it in Greek, idem dynami, which means he's like a calm force, like that, the warrior in the garden, you know, that kind of thing. And he's also very, how should I say? Like, he's okay with being the leader in a masculine way, okay? All your friends have something. Just figure it out. If you can figure out good things for your friends, you should figure out things for yourself. And that's how you're going to set boundaries. And then that's how you're going to bring in people. You don't start with just saying, I want people who are making cash. All these guys, bro, they tell me, hey, bro, I want to meet the super cool entrepreneurs and the super cool guys who are meeting all the girls. And bro, you're not that guy. Like, you got to become that guy to be able to be in that description. Even if you get dropped in with a helicopter on the roof of that building, they're not going to want you after the first time they see you, because you don't fit the description of who you are. You have the description within you, but you haven't built yourself up to the level that you can match that energy. You gotta bring out Alex 3.0, 4.0, Costas 3.0, 4.0 to match that energy. Because those guys want similar guys like that, or the guys that can be like that, so you can fit the description.
You can see that also in seminars, business seminars. Like, I've been through quite a few seminars, business seminars. And especially the last one was of some top leaders in Greece.
Right, yeah.
And after the seminar, after the speeches, the people in the room were going to these people and were like, oh, mister, I really like your work, and what the fuck are you doing? Of course he knows what he's doing. He's like a top leader in Greece. If he's like, I don't want you in my life, he's like, out.
Fast. Yeah.
He's a millionaire. He's moving the threads around places. Like, you talking to him like this won't get you anywhere.
Don't be a fan, bro. They're just people. They just succeeded a little bit faster. Don't be a fan, man.
Just talk genuinely.
Yeah.
And don't try to qualify yourself for some reason.
Admire them, give them respect, but don't come as a fan. The guys that have made it already, if you go up to them and you ask for a picture, you're in that box, bro. Like, if I go, like, I've met a couple guys that I really respect and I admire, right? If I were like, oh, can I take a picture with you? They immediately would have never trusted me with anything else. They would have never worked with me. They would have never invited me somewhere else, because I was the fan. I positioned myself in the way of being a fan. I could have had that guy join something to actually meet him. Or I could be, hey, can we take a pic? Can we take a pic, bro? Can we take a picture? Yeah, can we take a picture? It's either or. You can't have both. You could get your content creator or your friend to be like, hey bro, could you get some BTS of me and this guy without me noticing so it seems smooth? Like, just get some BTS so we can showcase it on social media. That is a good move to have.
Explain BTS.
Yeah.
Explain BTS.
Sorry, BTS, behind the scenes, right? 'Cause, yeah. You want to get behind the scenes footage of you doing cool shit that you actually do, and if you don't do it, go do it. And that way, it's less pressure, it's low profile, it's low footprint, as we say, okay? And then you're actually able to have that content. For example, if I meet a super famous basketball player and I don't know him, Costa knows him, I'll meet him like a normal dude. I won't be like, yeah, bro, you're so cool, can we take a picture? Like, I don't care, bro. It's just a normal guy who put in the hours and hours to do something. Very admirable, much respect to him. But instead of me going, let's take a picture, I'll be like, hey, bro, we're actually gonna throw an after party. If you want, you can join. What's better than that? So BTS footage is, I'll just close this off, is like, instead of me going like this with my camera or my phone, or hey, can you take a pic of us? Hey, Costa, can you take a pic? Yeah, please take a pic, bro. Instead of me doing that weird stuff, okay, and getting in the box of the fan, on top of normal conversation, I will have informed my friends from
before the actual event, hey, whoever we meet who's like high status or whatever, even if I know them, right, or else there's no point, take some footage of me without me noticing, without me having to ask for it, so that we don't burn the credibility and the trust that we're building with this guy. So now we have both realities happen in an authentic way, and we can showcase it on social media. But when you upload it, you don't want to be like, oh, look, I met this guy, look. Relax, okay? It's just people.
And also, bro, where's your masculine energy? Like, when you go out and talk to these people, don't act like that.
Yeah, you just lose your...
Just go and be like, yo, man, I really like your work. I admire you. And I really like your history and how you went through all this shit. I somehow feel that I'm like in the same spectrum right now, and I'm trying to get out of this shit like you did. Be honest. Like, what's stopping you from being honest? And that's the topic we discussed earlier, that people, even to me, they started treating me differently. And now they're treating me, not now, they still treat me differently. But I was the same. Just remember, he's just another person. Like, it's not something, it's not someone. It's not someone.
I'm just the same guy, bro. For him to get out of bed, he has to step on both legs, okay? He has to put on pants, one leg at a time. He has to pee standing up, you know? He still has to go to sleep, or else he doesn't have energy. It's like normal human being, man. He just succeeded a couple things in life, which we give them a respect for. But if you're a fan, it shows, okay? It shows. You're either put in that box or the guy you want to be in. You can't be both, man. You can't be both.
You might already know some stuff, or maybe his whole history of his life from the internet, but that doesn't show who he actually is. Focus on that thing, trying to connect actually with people.
So in general, we kind of got sidetracked, and the conversation went a little bit more to the social aspect of, you know, what we've done or how's it gone so far, where our energy has been. It's still a video you should check out, because you can really take stock when it comes to these things for your 2025 and it's upcoming, okay? And just keep in mind that these are things that are going to help you. Just try them out for yourself so you know. I hope you got some value through this. Don't be a fan. Focus your energy on giving. Don't keep it closed off, because then you're going to feel like crap and you're going to feel stingy. You're going to feel like Scrooge, okay? You have to give this energy out. Energy, cash, socializing, all these things. Break your ego. Being aligned with what you want and putting boundaries is different than being egotistical. It all depends on where it's coming from, right? If you're somebody who says, I don't want this kind of people around me, cool. But do you not want them around you because you feel like you're not good enough, or because you feel like they're going to harm you when they're not? Or do you not want them around you because you realize that they take too much of your energy and your time? This is something you have to figure out, right? And the other thing you should do is be a little bit more social in 2025. Remove the boundaries. Tsalakoshu, as we say in Greek. Everything you want when it comes to networking, everything you want when it comes to your lifestyle, literally will come when you meet other people. And it will come way faster when you meet other people. So there's really not much of a choice when it comes to meeting other people. It's literally like a one-way street. So you either do the progress now, or you kind of slowly do it throughout the years. It's up to you, but there's like, it's a one-way street. Like, you meet people or you don't, right? So that's basically what I wanted to say. You said you wanted to say something about this year?
Yeah, I was thinking, like, you have any, let's say, if you had 2 bullets to position yourself on what you would like to change in 2025.
2 bullet points?
2 bullet points.
Yeah.
To keep it short and not...
What I want to do.
Yeah. Because, like, most people don't question themselves on the aspect of improving themselves.
Naturally.
And I think most of the people, the last time they like thought about improving themselves and what they want to be was around middle school. What do you want to be when you grow up?
For this year, I think, well, for sure, I have a revenue goal where I want to hit when it comes to revenue and, you know, bring in more cash through the two businesses that we run. That's one. And it's going to take a lot of effort and trial and error and, you know, focusing on the things that help the business and not me, or the business and not the team. But the team is always number one. So you've got to keep that balance. So it's the monetary goal, but it's not actually a monetary goal per se. It's more of a project goal. How many creative projects, how many people can we help to fix their online presence? So that's one thing. I have to get clear on that. It's not clear. That's one. And then the other thing, I think I would focus around rest and recovery or energy, because, bro, I'm super high energy. Like, Tai Lopez made a video about how high energy and a lot of energy can be a health indicator, like a good health indicator. Go check it out. I think it's like a 10-minute video on his Instagram. Go check it out because it's recent. And I've always had high energy. I'm always a high energy guy. I do have to learn how to hone that and contain it, like a horse, a wild horse. You have to like control it, but it can go very far. So if that horse doesn't recover, if it doesn't take a break, it doesn't eat properly, doesn't sleep properly, you know, meditation, sauna, whatever, maybe new habits we're getting with Costa this year. Like maybe we'll check out some sauna places or some shit. We haven't done that so far, right? We've never been to it.
Yeah, I believe recovery, massage, and, you know, both concept.
Yeah, or
necessary.
Yeah, or internal stuff like journaling or doing puzzles or playing chess, or I don't know, something that's internal and external that, you know, feeds the other sides of you, or the other parts of you, the other levels of you. You know, body, emotion, thinking, and energy, right? Like the whole aspect of yourself and your higher self as well. So I would say something about the revenue / pursuit of projects and helping more people. Not cash only, just helping more people with our projects, both the coaching and the marketing. And then on the other side, so it's like a balance, which is more internal things, work on myself, let go of beliefs, maybe do some therapy again. It's been a while since I've done therapy. I used to, and it helped a lot, but I didn't really need it that much. I'd say do the work internally that helps me get in tune with my emotion more, because of the work, I've been very much logical, cold-blooded. Let's do this while on time, blah blah blah. Very robotic, right? And I've never had that, so I needed to go through that step in 2024 because my emotions were like all over the place, right? Costa has the opposite. He's like very logical, right? He's very in concrete with that. So I had to build up my logical side instead of just my emotional. So I'd say those two. What about you?
I would say I would like to focus more on being present in every situation I'm in. Because I kind of feel like the last 1.5 years was being in places, but I wasn't present.
I agree.
And with energy, with like communicating, connecting, and the environment.
Bro, so true.
So the last, let's say, 2 weeks, when I don't feel present somewhere, I just close my eyes. You might, yeah,
I saw you.
Yeah,
I saw you yesterday.
I close my eyes and I focus on my breathing. I try to feel sensations on my fingers, on my skin, and all that, to recover this sense of being present. And the second thing is narrow down some, let's say, aspects of working, because I've like opened so many doors and opportunities for me that I'm getting lost in, let's say, into 1, 2, 3, 4, and I cannot focus my energy into, let's say, 1, 2, or 3. It's more than 5. So right now, yeah, and maybe fix a percentage on some works I'm doing. Have a fixed percentage every month. So
spread out.
Yeah, spread out and have less energy spent into that.
Yeah, that'd be great. I just finished listening to an audiobook. Chris Do is his name. He's a marketer. I read Pocket Full of Dough, and the last chapter it had, his calendar is separated in 6 sections, which is, what was it? RMCSS. So it's writing, reading, meeting, content creation, spending time with family, and self-care. So his whole calendar reflects these 6 things, and all of his time slots are revolved around that. So I'm going to try and do my calendar that way. Maybe you could do it if it helps you. Everything has to be time allotted. And if you want to spend more time with the being present, for example, literally put in more time slots for that, or else it's not going to reflect, right? Or if you want to meet more people, put more time to that, or your loved ones, or your whatever. So the time that is allocated is directly proportional to the goal, and vice versa. You can't. If I want to be more entrepreneurial, I can't just do 2 hours of work on my business. It has to reflect in the real world, right? 'Cause our brain and our hearts want something, but then we're not actually taking action on that, I think, in the real life.
Yeah, I think everyone is pretty numb.
Numb?
Yeah, by being present. Like,
By not being present.
by not being present. Yeah, sorry. Let's say we are here, we are talking, but your mind thinks something else, your body feels something else, your heart wants something else. I don't know what you're feeling. So we might be discussing, but not actually being present. True. To say that we're just thinking and talking, let's say from a place of getting used to talking about those things.
Right, so rushing and all that. And I think, actually, I realized one of the reasons why I've been forgetting a lot, besides sleep is a chapter I have to fix for sure. I've started, thank God for goals, right? Food and sleep fixed here, is that I was forgetting a lot because of that. My memory, bro, so many gaps. But now that I've focused on that and the being present, I think those 2 things have kind of helped out. So yeah, man, a lot of rest and recovery. And, I don't know if you've had this, and let's close off with this. I don't know. Let me know if you also felt a feeling of you shouldn't rest and you should be working all the fucking time. Because that's what I've had, and I feel guilty. Let me know if you had a feeling of feeling guilty while not working, because for me, it's just been like, I either build this thing or I'm not, so I have to, kind of a way. I don't know if you've had that this year.
Yeah, I definitely had that.
Yeah.
I might be like getting some rest for half an hour on my couch and be like getting anxious, feeling that heartbeat, feeling that I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, bro. Just stressing so much. Like,
Yeah.
we have such good genetics about health, at least for my family, for sure. Like, all my grandparents have lived all the way close to 90 or 90 past. And just me destroying my body with this stress, it doesn't help. Like, rest and recovery should be actually rest and recovery, or else it's always tension. You can't see what you're supposed to do. I think it was Rockefeller who said, it was Warren Buffett. I don't remember. One of the 2. He said, if you're spending all your day working, you don't find any time to, how do you say? If you're spending all your time in the day working, you don't find any extra time to figure out how to make more money. So it's either you're working in the business or on the business. You can't do both. If you're working in the business, you're an employee. If you're working on the business, you're the business owner, company entrepreneur.
Yeah, that's why you want to be present also.
Of course, if you're not, Eckhart Tolle says.
So that's also the when you work, it's like you are thinking all the time about the future, about the things you can do, about your income, your families. Like, it's a whole wide spectrum when you're working, and you have that all in mind. I think every man has that.
It depends if you're on the flow state, because then you're just present. You're just doing stuff.
Yeah.
Depends, right? Well, and for me on shoots, I'm just like, here. I don't really think. I'm just like acting. So that's why if everybody acting on it, not acting. If anybody talks to me during the shoot, I'm like so focused in, I don't really pay attention to what they said unless it's related to the shoot. I'm dialed in like nobody else exists, especially girls, bro. Like, they talk about, how can you be a photographer with so many girls around you? Aren't you distracted? I'm like, number one, that's my job at that moment, right? If I take the role of the photographer for the day, I'm there to shoot content. I don't care if you're hot, sexy, or whatever, and my biological instincts would kick in. I don't even see you that way. You're like a bro to me because you're a colleague of mine, okay? That's super weird when guys do that and they treat girls as objects, or also the opposite for girl photographers, that they see hot guys at the shoot and they can't control themselves. It goes both ways, okay? But for me, at that moment, that girl is, I don't care if they try and distract me. I don't care if she pulls her boobs out. I don't care if she bends over. I don't give a fuck. I'm doing my job and you can't distract me. If you're doing that, it's like you're not part of the shoot, so I don't pay attention to you. I just shoot something else, right? Because it's happened. Okay, let's just say it's kind of happened where they tried to distract me, but I was laser focused.
Maybe you're not qualified as a model to be there.
If you do that kind of shit, yeah, sure. But I mean, girls have more of a subtle way of letting you know that, okay, yeah, we're done the shoot. We could go hang out now. I mean, I'm free, you know. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful. Thanks so much for watching. Let us know if you found this useful. I hope you have a killer 2025.
And maybe let some topics down in the comment section.
Yeah, if you want, if this was useful to you, if you want to hear anything new with me and Costa, me, other people, whatever, let us know. And man, we want to bring so much to the table for you, the team and I, and you're going to have an amazing year. As long as you keep focusing on your strengths and what you can provide to other people and also what you can provide to yourself, ego aside, and you let yourself get a little bit more, natalakothis, as we say in Greek, you're going to be able to pull off a lot of things and just be in tune with those things and take action, bro. Everything you want is behind action, not thinking. You can't think your way through push-ups. You have to do them, okay? So that's all we're going to say. Sick, bro.
Thank you, bro.
See you soon. See you in the next video.
Really.